Hello, I'm ABX and welcome back to episode 9 of my TU31 Let's Play. This is a Let's Play I started when the most recent update came out for Minecraft on the consoles, and which so far I've been having quite a bit of fun with. I've been starting work on the boat thing, which I've actually been expanding and expanding. The boatway will rise again. I just need a bunch more redstone to actually, connect the dots and make it actually go all the way here. But yeah, that project's going well, the city's going well, but before we can do anything else really, you might notice during all this time I've been recording, the last few episodes, my XP's been going up and up and up and up. And that's for a lot of reasons, because, whenever you go mining, you get XP. Whenever you kill stuff, you get XP. Whenever you do pretty much anything in Minecraft, you get XP. And obviously, I don't want to waste XP, which, you don't really do till level 30. But I figure rather than just trying to get level 30, then scrambling to get Lapis Lazuli, today I'm going to get some Lapis Lazuli. And also, I'll be giving you a brief tutorial on how to get Lapis Lazuli. So hopefully you do all enjoy today's video, because there's going to be some mining, but also some interesting, like, connecting up the secret tunnel, for instance. And if you do like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot. And let's know you do like Let's Play Week and you want to see more of this in the future, perhaps. Anyway, let's put the pork in the furnace, which we just collected while proving our point about XP, and let's go underground so we can show you how to actually mine some Lapis Lazuli of your very own, because I don't actually have any yet. It's weird I'm this far in, like, maybe like 5-6 hours into this world, and I still haven't actually got any Lapis Lazuli yet, and I think I might have gone past some and just not cared about it, because, in my head, it's still ingrained into me that, yeah, Lapis isn't so important, but, yeah, Lapis is important, and let's show you how to get some. So the truth is, when it comes to this method, also, as usual, we'll be talking about something else, and I want to talk about, like, collective thinking today, but yeah, as usual, when it comes to, mining, pretty much most things in the game, with very few exceptions, are best found with the same technique. Okay, I was scared there. With the same technique that you use to find diamonds, and that technique is go down to about Y11, Y12, Y13, somewhere in that ballpark. In this case, I've chosen Y14, which is a little bit higher than you usually want to go for. I think Y11 is the perfect layer, but beyond that, it's pretty much roughly the same anyway. And then you just dig in a 2x2 tunnel in a direction, or if you're really confident about yourself, dig in a 1x2 tunnel. It's technically slightly better this way. Oh, and we found. Well, that's how you find Lapis Lazuli, guys. And then because from every Lapis block you get like 4 to 8, I think it is. So we got, how many we got from 4 there? Yeah, you get roughly 4 to 8. The really cool thing about Lapis is that really, although they made it more important with 1.8, and because now you need it to enchant, in case you're wondering why I need it, it's for that reason. Also, more redstone, which I do really need too. But yeah, because you need Lapis to enchant now, it's only kind of useful the first time you find it. Because truth be told, because you get 4 to 8 per block, now from that single vein, I've got enough for, what is that, like 10 level 30 enchantments and 10 or 11 level 1 enchantments, and that's kind of me set for a very, very long time. Or I guess they're not level 30 anymore, but you get the point, and that's me set for a very long time just from that one block. And the funny thing about Lapis that a lot of people don't realize, if you really need loads of Lapis and you have a fortune pickaxe, if you actually use fortune free on Lapis, so if we find another block, I don't have a fortune free pickaxe, but at some point I will get one. Basically, your maximum loot goes up from like 4 to 8, like I mentioned. It goes all the way up to 32 per block, so that's kind of crazy like that. And just to continue as if we didn't find Lapis, basically when you're digging along your tunnel, in my case I went 2x2 because it makes it easier to branch off later, but if you want to go with a with a 1x2 tunnel, then you just need to bear in mind every now and then, once you've gone as far as you want to go, you want to branch off to the side and just keep on mining in one direction. So for instance, in this case, I'll start it I'll start it just over here. You just want to start going down a line and then keep on going till you find something, or till you reach about 20 blocks and then turn back. That's about how, easy and fast you can do that. So, quickly place a torch on the wall, and there you can see it's going to be as easy as that. If you just keep mining one direction, eventually you'll find all the things you're looking for. So like I mentioned, this isn't just the best way to find Lapis in the game, it's the best way to find diamonds, it's the best way to find anything like that. And I know I give this tip out a lot, but every single time I give it out, new people are like, oh, that's really cool, Toycat. And I think the reason for that is obviously I've gained a lot of subscribers since I last made a how to best find diamonds video. So here you go. Here's the best way to find yourself some diamonds, find yourself some Lapis, and find yourself anything that spawns down here. Like I said, even for like iron ore, which can spawn as high up as like Y50, you're still just about as likely to find it down here as you are anywhere else. And the really cool thing about down here, or the really cool thing that can happen down here, I should say, is the fact that you can run into caves. So I believe I ran into a cave just over here, right? Yeah, just over here you can see I've run into a cave. And the cool thing about caves is caves are, like a great opportunity to explore and find yourself stuff, because the truth is it's like a pre-dug kind of branch. So as if you're finding diamonds, then you might go above where you're looking for it, but if you're looking for stuff like iron, if you're looking for stuff like Lapis Lazuli, it's actually kind of easily found here, and that's kind of nice. So we'll get a bunch of iron, we'll get the Lapis, and we'll get some redstone, and just get all that stuff all in the same kind of place. So yeah, that's about that. So fun fact about Lapis, while we fun fact about Lapis. So, by the way, you can get up to 32 blocks per thing with fortune pickets. But yeah, the fun fact about Lapis that a lot of people aren't too familiar with is the fact that it's actually just about as rare as diamonds. You might think, yeah, it's kind of rare, but it's actually the same rarity as diamonds. It's found about 10% more frequently than diamonds, but compared to any other ore in the game, it's most similar to diamonds, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That, you know, this super rare thing that's used for making the best tools in the game is on the same, was on the same par as just blue dye before. Obviously, you know, now it's blue dye and also enchanting magic stuff, but yeah, it's kind of bizarre to me that that's how it works, but it is. So also, while we're down here, we can get a bunch of gold, because you might recall we actually need to make a golden apple, because I'm trying to make a village, or like I'm making a bizarre city that's going to count as a village, and to do that you need 2 golden apples, you need 2 splash potions, which is why we'll be going to the Nether next episode, by the way. But for this episode, let's just let's be happy with all the redstone we're getting. Oh, yeah, the boatway is going to be seriously improved by this. And let's actually just start mining one direction, because what I need to do is I need to make sure that this branch, or this tunnel, which I've kind of gone off the place I was meant to be, which I think, oh, I thought, so scared that was lava. But yeah, I'm going to keep on mining this way until we get somewhere in the mid, or in like the other end of the city. Because one really cool thing I want to work on in the future that requires a lot of groundwork right now is an automatic minecart chest system, so that when my inventory gets full, instead of having to go up and manually put the cobblestone in the chest or whatever, I can just put all of the stuff I mined into a minecart for chest. It will automatically take it up to the city, and then somewhere in the city I want to have a cool hopper system that will automatically actually sort it, you know, into the ores and stuff, because if you watch more of my videos than just the Let's Plays, which, by the way, thank you, but yeah, if you watch more of the videos than just these Let's Plays, you might have seen in the 5 redstone you need video, I did like this automatic chest sorter. That's something I really want an opportunity to use in a cool contraption in survival, and I figured the best way to do that is to automatically sort your goods in a Minecraft, like when you're doing this. Because if you think about it, you could make it so the minecart chest goes up there, waits till it's entirely empty, then, you know, the thing can send a signal, send the chest back down, and then for me, all I have to do is put stuff in the minecart of the chest, and then give it a quick bump or activate a lever or something, and it could be that simple. And that's kind of how I want it to be. But again, before we can do that, we've got quite a few steps to do, and fortunately, we can do some of those steps in today's video. And while we talk about those steps, I wanted to talk about collective intelligence, or sometimes collective unintelligence. But mostly I wanted to talk about the kind of collective intelligence, because it's something I've been thinking about more and more recently, because when I first heard, I was like a reasonably young child when I first heard the theory that, which again, I don't believe this is provably, you know, true, like it doesn't happen a lot of the time, but it was like some dude observed this happening. Basically, you know, the theory behind this is, if you ask if you go to a village and you ask them all to guess the weight of your horse or something like that, and you ask them to guess down to the nearest kilogram, or the nearest pound if you are an American and still using the imperial system. But yeah, they ask you to guess down to the nearest, you know, something. And if everyone in the village guesses, no one in the village will be correct. Again, this is just a nice self-thought experiment. But if you add up everyone's results, the average of all those would be correct. And this is something called like collective intelligence, and like the groupthink basically. And it's a really bizarre trait we have as humans, where like individually we can be, you know, if you ever, okay, so we always hear comedians say stuff like, okay, so think about, you know, the you know, one of the think about the average person, then think that there are people worse than that. The truth is, I think when you look at a single human by themselves, they are really kind of dumb. Like, I think even if you look at, you know, if you were to look at a rocket scientist, like a famous one, if you were to have a prolonged exposure with them, you'd realize, oh yeah, they're just kind of a human, just like the rest of us. But I think when we get together, we can do really, really cool things. Like, if you think, okay, so I mentioned way back in like episode 3 of this Let's Play, like, so you know how we're always improving technology at double every 2 years, roughly. It's somewhere in that ballpark. Also, I think we've gone just about as far as we need to, because if we go too much further, we'll actually hit the old Let's Play boundary. So we'll go. Wait, no, we're not. Yeah, okay, no, wait. This will be about fine. Then we'll surface from here. We'll be fine. So let's start by doing an actual ladder system, which will be kind of tricky. Anyway, I'll go back to the point. But you know, technology doubles every 2 years. That's not just happening. There's not just some weird machine making that happen. At least not yet. But basically, you know, it's people getting together, and somehow, you know, through, even though individually, if you look at like an individual person, none of us are very smart. If you know, when I spend more than an hour talking, you might listen to me and be like, yeah, this Toy Cat guy really, you know, has got a few screws loose. And that's true for anyone, you know. We're all crazy, we're all significantly not particularly intelligent. But the thing that you might not realize when you just put that 2 and 2 together is like, yeah, but if we work together, we can achieve crazy things. More like it's like synergy, you know, more than the sum of its parts. if you take two reasonably intelligent guys and they work together and they actually work well together, then you'll get more than two people's worth of work out of them. And it's kind of cool to me in that particular way. And I think what's kind of also cool is, this collective intelligence, the fact that together we're smarter, can also be reverse engineered to a way. Because, in the same way, like I mentioned, you average out everyone's guesses, even though no one's correct, collectively can be correct. The interesting thing is, like, I guess this is going to turn into like opinion polling, which, again, I'm just going to quickly clarify. On this channel, I never talk about religion, politics, and there's another one that I always forget. But I'm never going to like express my opinions on those things. But I do want to talk about them abstractly here because it's going to involve politics. Because, for instance, you know how you might have heard. Okay, so actually the first one is TV ratings. Sometimes TV ratings are measured directly, but there's also there's a company called Nielsen in America, and there's one like that in the UK, I think. And there's also stuff like that for the internet. Alexa, the big internet ranker, and that's whenever I mention like, oh, this site used to be ranked there. Alexa is usually the place you use to rank sites, and they're pretty accurate. Like they match up with what you would assume. Like I think Google's number one used site in the world, Yahoo's number 2, and then I think YouTube's number 3, which is pretty good for Google. Like we own 2 of the 3 most visited websites in the world, and the third one's Yahoo. So we really own 2. No, in all seriousness, So basically, basically what these sites would do, because I think I just keep mentioning they're doing something, is instead of actually gathering everyone, instead of like getting statistics from everyone, because that's not always possible without asking the site owner themselves, which is obviously not going to be the most reliable source of thing. Basically, what they actually do is they get a certain subset of people, and when I say subset, I really mean a select subset. And somehow, for kind of like in the reverse way of collective intelligence, if you just look at a single person, that can give you the but in Dirtland are we? That can give you the kind of intelligence of a lot of people combined. So, for instance, the big one is like opinion polling in elections. So you might hear, when people are talking about this election or that election, they'll always say stuff like, also, is there sand above me or what's happening there? But yeah, they'll say stuff like, oh, they're in the lead by 40% to 20% or something random like that. And you might hear that and think like, it's kind of like a hot dog eating contest where, oh, I guess, well, if this guy's at 40%, he's eating 4 of the 10 hot dogs and everyone else is still trying to catch up or something ridiculous like that. But okay, you can just blow up, it's fine. But yeah, the truth is the way they actually do it is they gather a tiny subset of people. Like I'm talking for the UK election, the biggest one, was 13,000 people out of a population of 60 million. So super, super small subset. And as long as they're randomly selected, somehow, just by doing that, they've worked out that you actually do get an accurate representation of the full-on thing. Like even in something as crazy opinion-based as an election, everyone's got their own opinions on how stuff works. If you just average everyone, even if you have a small subset, just by working out, where they are compared to where they used to be, they can mean a lot of people. Like the Nielsen thing, how they work out the ratings and what people are watching and stuff. I believe every household that watches Nielsen is about 5,000 households. So if you watch a program, it counts as 5,000 people watching it or 5,000 people not. And by itself, that sounds really, really crazy. Like, oh geez, we don't have armor. How have I not made armor up to this point in the thing? But yeah, by itself, that sounds kind of crazy. Like, you can't just assume 5,000 people are watching this one guy. And that's true. As a single result, you're obviously not going to be correct. Like, let's say, if there was only one guy, then it'd be one person or not. But if you have hundreds or even just thousands, like, even out of a population of millions, you can still do crazy stuff like the thing I just mentioned, where, like with 1,000 people, they accurately predicted who would win. Not in this last case, but, they can accurately predict who's going to win an election. They can actually predict what TV programs people are watching just by a small subset, and that's always been something that's kind of blown my mind. So as far as a useful little thing, if you ever need to work out what everyone's doing, you might think it's kind of crazy, but the truth is it's actually it's somehow based in logic, as little sense as it might make that way. So yeah, I think we need to actually start working on that cobblestone storage facility now, because I'm like seriously running out of everything. Also, let's actually just make some iron armor, because I do have like more than enough iron to do that. Let's just treat ourselves, shall we? So iron. Awesome. So yeah, now we've got the iron stuff all set up, and we can throw the gold in this furnace, or well, I guess we have to take this out. Oh, and also because we've got the redstone here, we're gonna try and that's enough for exactly 5 blocks redstone, which means we can expand the boat away some more. So I still want to work on the minecart tracks for that thing I'm working on, but we need to see exactly where that is in relation to the city in the daytime now. But yeah, the boatway, if you didn't watch the last part, which by the way, it's Lesbian Week, you should watch every day or something like that. But yeah, if you don't watch the last part, then basically the boatway is an idea that I had where it's like, let's have the boats go in the air. And if you look over here, it's actually pretty cool because, this is kind of like a bridge where it goes above this intersection here, and it means that, even if you jump, you can't get in it. But if there's a half slab, you can actually just jump straight into the water and then get on a boat or do something like that. And what I could even do, because you can actually launch boats using slime blocks, is I could have a regular series of boats going from one end to the other. I don't know how possible that actually will be. Actually, what you could do is you could have like a dual lane one and make it so the water's always flowing in one direction or the other. I don't think that'd be too difficult to achieve, right? You'd have to lower the water flow every now and then. So you'd have to have like a downward slope one way and a downward slope the other. It'd be kind of tricky. But yeah, there are some things you can do. I guess if you use dispensers just correctly, it'd be kind of tricky, but something you could do. Anyway, so that's the boatway, and the reason we need the redstone blocks for this is because along the outside, I want to have some powered. I want to have some rails, which obviously you need powered rails for rails to really be a thing, and that means we need to have these every now and then because if we place powered rails on top of this, it'll be powered for free. So now hopefully, if we can count 15 blocks from here, which I'll actually do using signs because we have a free crafting table too. So we'll place that just over there because why not? Make a bunch of signs because I'm just chopping down so much wood to make these signs, by the way, because signs they aren't really as efficient as they should be. You look at them and it's like, so 6 wood makes 3 whatever, because even though they're super thin, I've made videos on how much I disagree with some of the crafting recipes before, and this is no exception. Let me just say that. So this we need to place 3 across here, so 1 2. Oh, how did I even mess that up? It's like, I'm just placing 3 in a row, and I messed that up. So we just place 3 there, and somehow we grab that. Then now we just need to count 15 blocks this way, because we need to have, 14 blocks this way, then the 15th will be another redstone thing. So 2, 3, oh, geez, we're going right in the thing here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, geez, this is getting weird. 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we need another one, and this can be 14. So that's 14, and now we have, I guess I already must have gotten almost perfectly here, because then we have the redstone thing just over here. Really, we could just be using the, oh, geez, what did I do there? We could just be using a redstone block at the top, which I guess we'll do for now, just because it makes the whole thing easy. And then we'll grab some more of these, and then we go, oh, geez, it's going to go straight for a tree now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, geez, this is probably not ideal. I probably should just chop down the tree, but that's 5, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. That's not 13. This is 13. It's really, really tricky when you're in the water because you have to do it just the perfect angle in the bob. And then that's 14. And then just above that, we have another redstone. I hope I did that counting right. The thing is, on video, it's going to be permanently provable that I did it wrong and I have to destroy everything if I'm not. So let's just hope we did that right. So 3, 4, and that's wrong. Okay, so rather than torturing everyone, we're like, why are you doing this in the water? It'd probably be better to just get up there at some point. But yeah, you can hopefully see where this is going to be going. The cool thing about this to me is the fact that we're going to have a crisscross water over water highway, and that means I could even have a little intersection where you could somehow have the boats float up or float down onto that, and then go into the main river, because this can be I don't know what this can be like, but still, yeah, the boatway is making serious progress. I am working on it quite a bit between episodes because obviously there's just so much sign placements that's needed. So if you think about, even though I just used an entire stack of wood and got just this many signs, although I used half a stack of wood, I got 3 stacks of signs. If we need this many signs, which you can start to see how that might, begin to add up. So yeah, that's that right there, just in case you're all curious. I also need to replace this with redstone blocks. So we don't have one of those to spare, but basically we need to go find a bunch of redstone, and that's that. And also the apartment buildings, they're just, when I go mining, when I can, I like to mine a bunch of those blocks, and it's something I do. Anyway, let's go back to the minecart thing, because like I mentioned, I have this big grand ambition for how am I going to make it work. I think the way I'm going to make it work, because this is quite far away actually from that part of the city, so I guess it's, I think that's a kind of a reasonable thing. We need to, this isn't it. Is this it? This is it. Okay, so first of all, we'll mark this with something, just so it's easier for me to see. So I guess we'll just use a sand tower for now, because got plenty of sand from that creeper explosion, and then have the thing go up like that. And now it's going to be pretty obvious. The sand tower is where the thing is. And next up, we need to work on the minecart rail, which will be going around this, I think. Yeah, I think we can have that going around it. So I want this to be going up above the ground, so we just start it here because it's on an incline. Then we start to shovel down like this. And yeah, this will be where a minecart rail eventually goes. We also just need to make sure we get rid of all the sand in the place we're going. And then it can be this really cool effect where it circles the ladder. And that way I could be climbing up all of that. I think that'd be cool to look at anyway. It could be terrible and maybe we have to remove it later. But for now, we have this, and then we have just round it. It'll be kind of circling like I mentioned, it'd be a cool little effect. So, yeah, that's that right there. So, basically, when it comes to Minecraft Redstone, I'm always a little bit like worried to make a lot of stuff in advance because with Redstone, like with a lot of things, if you make one small mistake, it's just like, oh, well, I guess we're starting that again. And I've been very devastated by having to just destroy a thing and tear it down again. It's like when you make a Lego build and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, don't have enough to finish this, and you just tear it down and start something new. Except a little bit more heartbreaking. Which, speaking of which, every now and then, I say this kind of briefly, and people will be like, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Where it's like, I don't know if Minecraft, at some point, I think it transcends what a game really is, right? Because a lot of the traditional things we use to define game, I'm not sure if Minecraft necessarily fits all of them. Like, because it also, like, there's a lot of people who play Minecraft that don't play games or don't have intention to play games, and it also, like, is super similar to Lego and stuff. And I always think about, I wonder exactly where that, exactly how that would go. Anyway, let's go back to actually what I was saying, because I realized, I think I interrupted myself midway through a little bit of talk about, like, collective intentions, because I do think it's really, really cool, the fact that, if you just what you can do is you can do this both ways, where you can take a small subset of people and get the same result as if you got a bunch of people, and then you can also use a bunch of people's results to kind of get the the collective feel of a lot of people. And that's always been something bizarre to me, because at first, you might figure if you get a bunch of humans together, they're not going to work too well. Because if you ever look at companies, if you ever hear anyone who works at a company, or if you have an office job yourself, which I guess some of you might do, the standard office job. A lot of people don't need to do anything. Like, I used to always, when I was in school and when I realized that this was like what I was good at, like avoiding work, I was like, it'd be really great having one of those office jobs where, like, you have a manager that vaguely knows who you are and just, kind of asks for work every now and then. Because I'd be so solid, I'd be so good at just avoiding this stuff. Then you just bring your own, laptop in, so they can't monitor your connection, and you just, play games all day on it, and then that's the dream right there. And I still think, maybe I shouldn't say this. Actually, I guess no future employee that doesn't care about me is going to be watching, some random things from something I did years ago. But I still think that'd be the ultimate, like, backup dream job. And this sounds very bizarre, but like, some people want to be fulfilled in life, and I think that's really important. And I guess that is something that you would have to worry about at this point. But I think something that's way cooler, and maybe this is terrible for me to say out loud, where people are probably still like trying to work out their career choices. It's like, I think it would be pretty darn swell to just have one of those office jobs where you're not really doing too much. And yeah, the point I'm trying to say is, like, yeah, that kind of job though, you've got to think, like, there are lots of people that do that. You know for a fact, because it comes up in a bunch of movies. And you also, well, I at the very least, I hear stories about it every now and then, and it's like, yeah, this clearly has some basis in the truth. And that does make me think, then, if if you have enough people like that, it can't be better for you to have lots of people than to have one one person. But maybe what it is even in spite of all the people that might be freeloading on something, it might still just work fine. I don't know the exact way to think about it, but that's that right there. So anyway, just over here is going to be where the minecart kind of falls down. I guess we'll have some rails which lead this way, and then the minecart will hit some kind of buffer here. It waits for me to fill it up, and then it automatically goes back up. It goes into some hoppers. Those hoppers take the stuff, then it comes straight back down for me to refill it. That's going to be the basic system that we're going to be using at some point later. I actually lost track of the time in this Let's Play, so I think we passed 20 minutes, but I'm not too sure. If you're wondering, by the way, like, usually I try to keep this around 20 minutes, because if I go too much longer than 20 minutes, I realize we get to the point where I'm just like, I think, like, having a consistent thing to watch is good. I'll be entirely honest here. It's like, when the only Let's Plays I've gone into that Minecraft, because honestly, this sounds very bizarre to say, because I know a lot of people who get into YouTube get into it because they watch it and then they're like that. But I never really watched many Minecraft Let's Plays. I just kind of started one literally hours after Minecraft came out for the 360, and yeah, the only Let's Play I ever got into was like a UHC season, and the reason I liked it was because it was exactly half-an-hour episodes. So it's something I try to keep to, because I know, if you schedule a certain amount of time in your day for Toy Cat watching, then that time might not have necessarily the amount of stuff in there. So yeah, if any of that made any sense to anyone, I hope you did all enjoy today's video. If you did, I'd very much appreciate a like on the video if you do like it, because it does help out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. Okay, this is getting weird. And lets me know you did like it and want to see more like this. Let me know if you're enjoying Let's Play Week, as always, in the comments, because this is a bizarre experiment. I mean, Again, it's one of those things that, I mean, logically I look at and I'm like, oh, probably shouldn't be doing this. But again, fun little experiment. And also, in case you are curious, I am enjoying Dublin. And if you want to see more of about what's going on there, as always, the second channel got some travel vlogs that you might want to check out. So I think that's just about everything I have to say. Next time, we're going to be going to the Nether. Now we've got some lapis we need. Actually, we might be enchanting too, because we're so close to level 30. If we get some more redstone, which we have to do anyway, we'll probably be enchanting at the start of next episode and going to the Nether. And this is going to be my first time going to the Nether with a medium-sized world. So my Nether will be medium-sized rather than you know, the small super classic size. And I'm wondering if that will affect anything in any serious way, because I've only done it in creative just after the Xbox One came out. Oh, and yeah, that was way back in like 14. I keep feeling that 2014 isn't last year. It's 2 years ago now. Anyway, so with all of that said, I hope you did all enjoy today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.